Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today I am here with my two Destashify makes for July as well as a fabric haul that is behind me. I grabbed a couple of fabrics this month to show you all as well. Before we get into that though, I want to just do a little teaser, not sneak peek, but just give you a little bit of a heads up. I am opening up the Pattern Fitting 101 class again here at the beginning of August, so here really soon, next week. So if that is something that is of interest to you, I would highly recommend going on today. You can go read the information about the class if you're curious, what it entails, all that kind of stuff, and sign up for the wait list because you may want to sign up for the wait list if you're thinking about joining. So just as a little wink wink. Anyway, we are going to be opening that up here. The cart's going to open on August 6th. So you'll want to be on the wait list if you're not already. You can still sign up for the class without being on the wait list, but if you're thinking about doing it, I would highly recommend getting on the wait list. So I will leave a link for that in the description box below. Also, I'm fighting allergies right now. Our air conditioning went out. We had to sleep with our windows open one evening, and ever since, it's fixed. Our air conditioner is fixed. Everything is good to go on that note, but I am now fighting allergies really bad, and our weather's been like up and down, really weird. So excuse my voice. Excuse my voice. Okay, I have got two garments here to talk you through today and two fabrics to show you that I grabbed as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing, we're going to start over here because you guys have already seen this top. Actually, I didn't even plan that, with these shorts. So the look that was this month, and anyway, these shorts are so good, so comfortable. Anyway, you guys have already seen this, so I'm not going to talk too much about my newest Rhapsody, but this is a Rhapsody that I made, the Love Notions Rhapsody, and I did it in this really pretty coral color. It is a linen blend, so there is quite a bit of polyester in this, unfortunately, but it still wears, just fine. It did not press well when I was sewing it. And actually I was having an issue sewing it just with my stitches, the tension, like with my stitches, which is weird because it was the fabric. Because when I immediately switched to a different fabric, trying to figure out what was happening, it was fine again. So I'm not sure what that was about. Change needles, all that kind of jazz. Had a little bit of an issue though with that. But this is the Rhapsody. Love this pattern. It's one of my favorite patterns from Love Notions. Probably my favorite blouse pattern. It goes together really quickly. This is the first time that I made the ties. I've always just finished off the neck edge with a bias facing. But this time I did a bias binding so that I could end it in the ties, which is part of the instructions of the pattern. I just had not done those yet. So that was really fun to try that. And then I did a little hack on the sleeves here, making it look like the Sew the Look inspiration picture. And I just sewed a line of bias tape, basically, out of the same fabric, and then threaded my elastic through there and then sewed up my sleeve so that I could just finish off the edge of the sleeve with my rolled hem foot on my serger. And it gives it kind of this little fluty, roughly look, I guess. And I also finished off the hem with bias tape as well, self-bias tape from the fabric. So love the color. It's just a really beautiful corally pink. It's got a nice little yoke there in the back. Probably will be wearing this more in the fall than I will be in the summer, just because that polyester content does make it kind of warm. It's not as breathable. So anyway, but I think this color is going to be beautiful in the fall as well. So very happy with how this turned out, and a really, really cute top. And again, I just can't go wrong with the Love Notions Rhapsody. I love all of my versions. So the second thing that I made was this little shift dress. So this is also a linen. I think there's some rayon in this linen. It had a real beautiful selvage on it though, made in Italy. I have not done a burn test on this, but just judging by the feel of it, like once it was washed and stuff, I think there's probably a little bit of viscose or rayon in there as well. But it's, I would say, primarily linen. And I decided to do, I didn't have as much of this as I thought I did. I had 2 cuts of it. Obviously, the seller had used it for something else. So I had 2 cuts of it, and I was able to get a sleeveless shift out of it. So nothing with frills or, swishy, which is fine. I think this is actually going to work really, really well in my wardrobe. But this is the Sonia Dress from Seamwork Patterns. I'm just so pleased with how Seamwork Patterns are fitting me, like, very easily. They've got fantastic projector files. I'm just having to shorten things on them. And yeah, I'm just really having a good time sewing through Seamwork Patterns. So I don't know why it's taken me so long to get, because I've been a member of the Seamwork community since the very beginning. Like, my price per month was grandfathered in from the very beginning when they very first opened up that community. So yeah, I've got a ton of credits and stuff for their patterns, and a lot of fun. But this is one of the older dresses. So this dress, it does come in 2 size ranges. It's like 00 to 18. No, 00 to 16, I think. And then 18 to 28 or 30, whatever the top size range is, which is not the newer size range on the newer patterns. Now they go 00 to 16 and then 12 to, I can't remember if it's 30, 28 or 30 to the top size. But the 12 to 30 is their curvy size range, and that is drafted for a double D cup, which is my preference because I'm a 14, right in there, sometimes a 12, depending on where I am fluctuating the weight. But I ride right in there, and so I always prefer to use the curvy one when I am making. But for this one, it was 0 to 16, and then it went 18 and up. So I'm a 14, so that was too far away for me to go into the curvier size range. So I had to just make the lower size range, which is drafted for a C cup, which is fine. I think I've got enough ease and stuff. Probably, though, I could get a little bit better fit in the armhole if I had used a double D or done a full bust adjustment on this. But I haven't learned how to do that on the projector file yet. Now, I could have printed off the pattern and done it that way, absolutely, but I'm becoming very spoiled with my projector. But anyway, it is just a darted front dress. It comes with 3 different versions. It's got a couple different sleeve versions, a couple different pocket versions. This is version 3 or C, can't remember, the third one. That's the sleeveless version, and it doesn't have any pockets, and it's got this strip that goes down the middle. It is darted in the front. And I kept going back and forth. I'm like, do I want to do something fun? Like, like maybe not contrasting fabric, but something like piping or something in those lines. Or I left the hem on this raw. I'll talk about that in a second. So I thought about maybe sewing some strips of like fringe into that maybe, or maybe doing, I don't know. I thought about a whole bunch of different ways that I could customize this dress. And then I thought, no, I want this to be like a basic chocolate brown dress, like a basic black dress, but chocolate brown, because that is in my palette, that I can then dress up with different shoes and with jewelry and with, layering and all that kind of thing. So I decided to keep it simple, and I'm glad that I did on this one. But I would like to revisit this pattern and play around with doing some fun like details in the seaming on here. The pattern actually finishes off with a facing, like an all-in-one facing for the front and back that you finish off the armholes. I just don't like those. So I actually finished off my armholes and my neck edge with just self-bias tape. I made some bias strips and finished off the neck edge and the armhole doing that. That does mean you have to have a line of top stitching visible on the outside, but I was fine with that. And then the back actually has a zipper in it, but I omitted that, crossing my fingers that I could get this on over my head easily without it, and I can. The neck is perfectly big enough to get over my head, so I can get this on really easily without the zipper. So that's something to keep in mind if you're also making this pattern. Now, if I had sleeves on it, I would want a zipper. Those are harder to get your arms and stuff in without that back opening up. But as a sleeveless little shift dress, you really don't need the zipper, so just keep that in mind. The pattern also has fisheye darts in the back, and I wanted this to be just a little bit looser, just because it's hot, and I didn't want I wanted some shaping in the back, but not a ton. So I actually took out the fisheye darts, which are 1 inch wide. Each fisheye dart is 1 inch wide. And I went in, because this, obviously the back gets cut too, because a zipper is meant to go in there. And I just went in that center back seam at the waist in 1 inch. So I've got a very curved back seam, so that it kind of cups into my body right there where I need it to cup in. So basically I transferred that fisheye dart to the center back seam, if that makes sense, is basically what I did. And I think it works really well. And I think it's not a fitted dress because it's a shift dress, but I think it gives me enough shaping there in the back that it doesn't look like I'm wearing a sack. So I'm very pleased with how this came out. And then, like I said, for the hem, I left it raw. So I thought well, there was a few reasons I left it raw. Number one, I thought it'd be a fun little design detail. And number two, my length of fabric, I was limited in my length of fabric. Now I went through the pattern and I shortened everything 2 inches, but when I projected it down on my fabric, I had to lose another 2 inches. Is that right? Yes, I had to lose another 2 inches. Typically with seam work patterns, I lose 3 inches in order to get where I need to for my height. I only shortened the pattern 2 inches thinking I can mess around with it and, it's a straight skirt, so I can just cut off extra from the hem. But because I had to take it up 4 inches, I didn't want to lose any more length with a hem. So I thought I'll just do a line of like stay stitch basically around the hem, and it matches the fabric, and then threw it in the wash so it fringed really nicely and it won't go past that stitch line. So I don't have to worry about the dress fringing all the way up. It will stop there at that line of stitching that I put around the perimeter of the skirt. And I sewed that at 5/8 of an inch around the cut edge. And then I washed it and pulled all the extra, threads out. So now we're just left with the, is that the warp or the weft threads? What are the selvage? The ones that are parallel with selvage edge threads in there. And yeah, I think that turned out really cute, and it makes it kind of fun and flirty for the summer, but I can absolutely see myself putting this over a turtleneck or putting a cardigan on over it, throw tights and boots on with this. I think I could very easily wear this into some of the cooler months. Now the dead of winter, probably not, only because the fabric isn't super thick, but definitely into fall. In the spring, again, since I left it so basic, I think I'll be able to easily dress it up and down and make it work pretty hard in my closet. So I'm very pleased with how this one came out, and this one is going to get a ton of wear. So that is my seam work Sonia. Okay, let's now take a look. I grabbed 2 fabrics from one seller, Deborah, and this is so cute. So it is, I can't remember now if it's hand woven or not, but it is Peruvian woven cotton. So it's from Peru. It is really narrow, both of these pieces. They are only 36-ish inches wide, because that was the loom that they were woven on. But what's really cute is Deborah had this package so pretty and put this little handcrafted little tag that is like machine, not embroidered, it's probably like a machine stitch, but like lettering on that. And I'm absolutely going to sew this into this first piece because I'm going to make a bag. All right, so let's look at the first one. So Jenny has a really cute tote bag that she gets compliments on all the time, and it is a really beautiful like woven fabric on the front, and it's got some like circular discs like sewn on it, just like a catch-all. It's got a little zipper on the top. She uses it as her like library bag, and just like a little catch-all little tote. Gets compliments on it all the time. She's like, I really want to remake this. So then that got me thinking. I was like, I just ordered some wonderful fabric, and she grabbed some like hand woven fabric when we were in Puyallup in Washington. But this is the first fabric I grabbed, and I think I've got like 2 yards of this in length. Again, it's only 36 inches wide, so it's very narrow. But I want to make a tote bag out of some of this, and I'm going to use the Seam Work Madrid bag. This is one of the very first patterns that they had with their community, their club, whatever you want to call it. Keep in mind, you can also buy their patterns as is. You don't have to be a member of the community to get their patterns. But I really want to mix this with some leather, like some of my leather scraps that I've got, to make myself just a really cute little tote bag. And I'm going to sew the handcrafted little tag into there. I think that that will be really cute. Jenny has an inkle loom and was thinking about weaving some straps for her bag. We're going to do this together. So she's going to use her little scrap of fabric, and we're going to make these bags together. But then we decided we think leather handles might be a little bit more, might be a little better. We just don't want to take away from the beauty of our fabric, of our hand-woven fabric. So that is what this one's going to be. It's going to be a really cute little tote bag that we can just carry around and do all sorts of things. I also am going to play around. I've got a product that came from Thermoweb, sent me this product, and it turns your fabric into like an oilcloth fabric. It's like a not paint, but it's kind of like a Mod Podge type thing, but not. Special product that you paint onto your fabric, and it laminates it, basically, like turns it into like a oilcloth, or Mia makes it into like raincoat fabric, basically. We want to play around with making maybe some of the fun fabrics we have, play around with that, and then using it as liners for bags so that it's easily to clean out and like wipe out. Anyway, so this may also turn into some like, I don't know, like makeup bags or little catch-all bags, like maybe even as Christmas gifts, if I can put this on the outside and then on the inside with some of my like quilting cottons and stuff, we can use that stuff to make it lined in kind of that oilcloth, so it makes it, again, like easier to clean out, wipe down. So we'll see. But yes, this is going to be for bags. All right. And then the second one, I just can't get the idea. I have more of this one than I do of that one. And this one is also 36 inches wide, but isn't it stunning? I think it may be just a little less than 36. This is as wide as it is. It's not very wide, but look at this fabric. Isn't it absolutely stunning? So I've probably got, I know that it says when I ordered it, I just can't remember. 2, 3, 4, I don't know, maybe 5, 4.5, 5 yards of it. I really want to do a dress. And I was looking at the newest seam work. Well, by the time you're watching this, no, I'm filming this in July. You're watching it in July. So yeah, it was one of the seam work July patterns. It's a really cute dress. But it's got some ruffles and stuff on it, but I don't think I'm going to have enough to do that dress. I could possibly make it into a top, but I really just want a loose fitting dress. Jenny also just made the Deer and Doe Maya Sotis dress, and I've made that in the past. Something like that could be kind of cute. But again, because it's so narrow, I don't know, I want to make sure I get all my ruffles and stuff in. So I don't know. It may be better if it's a top. I'm going to play around with some pattern placement and see what I can come up with. I just think it's beautiful. The color is fun. All the colors that are in here. It's just a really beautiful woven fabric. So this one I do want to be a dress, but as to be determined, because I just don't know, because it's so narrow. None of the patterns have cutting layouts and stuff for fabric that's that narrow, but I have a lot of it, like a lot of length of it. So I'm going to play around with it. I just want it to be a real loose summer dress. So we're going to figure that out. It's something that I can wear a bra with. I like to be able to wear regular bras with my sundresses. None of that strapless bra stuff, or definitely not braless. Anyway, just really beautiful. Both of these are cottons, and I'm just really excited about turning those into some beautiful, an accessory, and then a real beautiful dress as we're, creeping up onto the end of summer-ish. Technically, that's not over till like, what is it, September 20th or whatever, somewhere around there. But my kids are going back to school here real soon, like next week or the week after. And as you're watching this, and yeah, it kind of feels like coming towards the end of making summer stuff. Although we're going to be talking a lot about bathing suits in August. So on that note, make sure you have subscribed to the newsletter. make sure you have subscribed to the channel, because we are going to be doing a lot of really fun stuff in August. A lot of some bathing suit talk, showing you some bathing suits. Yeah, we're really going to end August up with a bang. I've got maybe a challenge coming up in September I'm going to be hosting that I'm going to be talking more about. And again, Pattern Fitting 101 is going to be coming back out again in August, which if you are struggling with fit in any form, that's where you want to be. We're going to get you fit into some basic patterns that then you can take that knowledge and fit all the patterns. So it's a really good one and a lot of fun to be in as well. Okay, I think that's all I have for today. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you guys again. And we're at the end of July, which I can't believe. I will see you guys again on Friday. I've got a fun one for Friday too, so I'll see you back then. All right, guys, have a good one.